Yo, what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clock Master. Now in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about some Captain Marvel news, about some things that dropped, or maybe not even some news, maybe just some ideas or some theories concerning Captain Marvel based on the recent trailer that has dropped. So if you guys have not seen the trailer yourself, make sure to watch it. If you have not seen my reaction to the trailer, make sure to check that out. Come back and watch this video. This is not really a breakdown video because those are normally a bit longer. I just wanted to address one specific subject concerning Avengers 4, Infinity War, and Captain Marvel, so sit tight. Alright guys, so the question that many people have had on their minds at the end of Infinity War when we got the preview for Captain Marvel, and when we found out that Captain Marvel movie was going to take place in the 90s is, how is Brie Larson the same age? How is she going to be young? How is she still gonna not age within this 20 plus years of time that has passed by, and why Nick Fury hasn't called her in all this time? We're gonna talk a little bit about that. In a recent trailer, we got some narration from one of the Kree women that captured Captain Marvel during the explosion on Earth. I believe it was a quantum explosion that turns her into the Kree, inadvertently. She's saying that they brought her in and experimented on Captain Marvel and then turned her into something, but this is the key thing that they said. She says that she's gonna make her live longer, superior, and all this cool stuff and all these things that she's saying to her, and that right there is actually the key, and that just makes you think a little bit. Instead of all these other fan theories as maybe she ends up in a wormhole, maybe she ends up in some type of other planet and she can't no longer, this, and then just somehow reappears back in modern time without any time in her, area passing by. A simpler explanation would just simply be the Kree is an advanced alien race. They're an advanced species, so everything they do they're going to better the people. So it only makes sense that they have something that can slow down the DNA process, slow down the aging process for their people, including Captain Marvel, something that can slow down the aging cycle. And that's only a very simple explanation as to why she wouldn't age routine all this time, why maybe she's aging as far as numerically, she's aging as far as her body is concerned. She's still in her late 20s or early 30s. So that right there is the answer. At least that's what I believe should be the answer to that question. Now, the second part and the second thing to all of this is, why has Nick Fury waited so long to contact Captain Marvel? As we can see in the Captain Marvel trailer, Captain Marvel, she's going around and she's literally destroying ships just with her arms, just aiming her arms at ships and destroying the crap out of these things. And we got to remember her power. She can absorb nuclear energy, and every single one of her energy blasts can be pushed out as it's like literally a nuclear bomb coming down at you, or nuclear energy coming down at you. So she's very, very powerful, and she is, in other words, considered, or I would like to call, a big gun, quote unquote. So because she's a big gun, so to speak, all these years going by, it doesn't necessarily make sense for Nick Fury to call her in and be like, hey, we need your help for some stuff that's going on in Russia with this people, or this is happening, or whatever. But when you see at the end, everyone's disappearing, and if he's like, okay, this is something we can't handle this, I gotta call in the big guns. Pulls out his pager and calls in Captain Marvel. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna call her. Let's get the big guns in here. This is the last resort. We need help now before we can handle stuff on our own. And there was also the Captain Marvel prelude as well in the comic books that hinted towards this. I believe Mariah Hill was talking to Nick Fury and says, why didn't you call her, all this time? You have back him. She's like, oh, we can handle things on our own. We'll call her when we need her. And that's kind of hinting towards what happened and what we saw at the end of Avengers Infinity War. So in other words, Captain Marvel is a big gun last resort and will pose a major threat to Thanos. Not necessarily saying she will beat Thanos, but the fact that pretty much anything that Thanos can throw at her, she can pretty much just throw it right back at him, with the fact that she can absorb literal energy. Let's not forget to mention the awesome Super Saiyan mode that kind of went on in there, and it was just, I was freaking out if you guys hadn't seen my reaction to that. Anyways, guys, that should give some insight into some of those questions leading up to Avengers 4 and all the hype going on this week, man. It seems to be a super big Marvel, Disney hype going on this week as we're getting ready to sadly wrap up this entire phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Clockmaster out.